This afternoon, Governor Jay Nixon announced a 6% increase in funding for Missouri's higher education system.
He says he's including an additional $55.7 million for higher education for fiscal year 2017. This brings the total funding for higher ed to $985 million. College and university officials have agreed to set aside at least $9.2 million for science, technology, engineering, and math programs. Nixon says university chancellors and presidents discussed freezing tuition rates next year. A student wants more economic options for students and families.
The cost, I think, is a little high, a little too high. I think just the overall affordability of college is not worth going for a lot of people because it's difficult.
Ron Chesborough is the president of St. Charles Community College. He says the increase in funding will allow community colleges to freeze tuition rates as well. The General Assembly still needs to approve the governor's budget.
A plan to add more state funding for higher education could lead to a tuition freeze next year. This afternoon, Governor Jay Nixon announced an additional $55.7 million for Missouri's higher education system. He says he's including a 6% increase in his budget for fiscal year 2017. This brings the total state funding for higher education to $985 million. College and university officials have agreed to set aside at least $9.2 million for science, technology, engineering, and math programs and resources. Nixon says university chancellors and presidents discussed freezing tuition rates next year. One student says he thinks that there needs to be a more economical option for students and families.
I don't necessarily think that charging someone $50,000 a semester or a year is necessarily reasonable, but I think the price should drop at some point.
The General Assembly still needs to approve Governor Nixon's budget when it reconvenes early next year.